Just a few days ago, I put out a YouTube video talking about why I switched to Capture One. So I shoot Fuji. The Fuji files in Lightroom they don't work all that well at all, and Capture One just is 1,000 times better for them. It solved all my issues that I was having. But a couple of people left comments on there asking if I can show my editing workflow. So yeah, here we go. Actually, what's up guys? So I was gonna make a video about my process on editing photos, but as I was making the video, I realized that I set up custom menus from like the first day that I started using Capture One. So actually I wanna make a video first on that, and then I'll release another video maybe next week on my process. So when you first get Capture One, they have custom menus set up for you. I kind of like dumped all that and made my own. I have my filing system right here. I file everything through my external hard drive. I don't use the catalogs, I'm all in the sessions. I still don't really get what the difference is, but yeah, everything's set up through my hard drive, so I don't have to rely on any software to keep it organized. You have your rating system and kind of pretty much just like Lightroom, but it just looks more technical just because of the interface is not as user-friendly. So yeah, my first whole layering system is all for like base adjustments. So I have like my color profiles, white balance, exposure, high dynamic range is basically highlights and shadows recovery, styles and presets. I don't have any styles and presets made. My levels, my clarity, and a curve adjustment just in case. You could screenshot that too. Usually after I get my photo getting as close as I need it to, or let's actually start with let's start with this photo. So way too oversaturated, so I'm gonna change this to classic chrome. The picture profiles, Capture One doesn't have Fuji picture profiles, film simulations, whatever they call them. So I'll add a link in the bottom. A guy made like these custom profiles that mimic those film simulations. So I've been using those. But yeah, so let's see. Let me just get this fine-tuned a little bit real quick. So after I get like the base, the foundation of the photo down, I will go and create a new layer, a new filled layer, and I will call that one color grade. Again, I got the base, I have the foundation of the photo. So now I go over to my second tab. I have a layers tab on every single adjustment. But then I have, for the second tab, again, this is my color grading tab. I have color balance, curve, levels, and color editor. Actually, let me rewind a little bit. On the background, so again, when I get the foundation, I will go into the second tab and I'll go to the color editor and I will start fine tuning all the colors. So I'm basically like color correcting. I'll make separate videos on how to use these. Again, this video is just about my whole setup that I have. Get that dialed in a little bit. Let's make this pop. It's red. So again, I'm just going in, I'm color correcting everything. I'm trying to finesse and get everything as balanced as possible. That way when I go to color grade, it's gonna color grade everything and not mess anything up, if that makes sense. Okay, I just wanna make that red pop in the building a little bit. Now from there, I'm gonna go to the color grade layer we made, and I will go to my color balance and I will start making my adjustments. So you have your master, affects the whole photo. The three-way, which is basically the shadow, midtones, and highlights, it's really hard to do it when they're this small though, so it's easier just to click through. So I always start with my shadows. Oh wait, sorry, this isn't a color grading video. Again, I'm just trying to walk you through. I'll make another video about how I color grade. So yeah, after the second tab, I have my whole sharpening area. The navigator is a must, obviously, in the focus. So this is where you're dialing in. So I usually go back on the background and I will start making my sharpening adjustments from there. So actually, let's reset this. I have it set to now when I import files, it automatically adds a custom sharpening to them. So you just don't have to worry about that setting. But you can see like how crazy you can sharpen this. I mean, that's not very flattering, but yeah. Compared to Lightroom, you can't really do that in there. You get those squiggly lines that I talked about before in another video. Yeah, so this whole tab is for the sharpening, noise reduction, my film grain. The film grain is the last thing I do, but I usually do on the background layer still too. Or spot removal and then the vignette. All right, so the next tab is the black and white layer. So you have your histogram. I rarely use histograms. Obviously the layer tool, again, to must in every style and presets, the white balance, and the black and white tool, and this is where you can start doing your black and white adjustments and just like really tweaking it around. like this whole tab is all you need to edit a black and white photo. You don't really have to go into anything else besides the sharpening and film grain. So yeah, this tab I made for retouching, for dodge and burning, but it might be my computer's not strong enough to really handle retouching, because I've tried doing like dodge and burning on here and it just didn't work out great. So I'm just sticking to Photoshop now for that. Yeah, so I don't know if that's a Capture One thing or my computer just can't really make that flow. I don't know what this layer is called, but it's like you can copy the adjustments. You can copy them, go to another photo, and you can apply it to that photo. You can also just right click, copy adjustments, and then right click on the new one and apply adjustments from there. That's usually how I do it. I might make keyboard shortcuts for that. Yeah, and then this is like your exporting area. I actually don't use this too much. Like I usually just do select all, I go to file, export images, variants, whether I'm making selects or they're finalized edits. So batch, I don't mess with that. This is for tethering, and this last one is the lens. So usually this is the only thing I'm really touching in this area. This wasn't a very in-depth video. I just want to show you my simple setup. When I first open it, their setups like their default setups didn't really make sense to me. So I try to set it up to where they go from each step, from me color correcting and making my adjustments to color grading and then finalizing, and then the black and white tools and all that. Yeah, so a short little video for y'all. Again, my next video will be my workflow, or maybe I'll just do a color grading one next. Let me know. Let me know in the comments which ones you guys want first, and then I'll make that. I'm a Fujifilm shooter. Capture One has really like saved my files and my time. It just runs, I mean, you just seen it. Like I'm recording my screen right now and everything, and it's running perfectly fine. It's insane. Like the pictures don't take forever to load and all that. So yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. This isn't the best video, I know. It's 9:40 p.m. I'm exhausted. I know it's early. I'm an old man glasses. So yeah, peace.